What's up? All right, so we're going to get into the slide I have on the microscope, and this is from Mimi's Worm Castings out of Georgia. And let's see what we have going on. That is the packaging. It came in this, it poked a couple little holes somewhere up here so that it becomes breathable and the microbes need to gas off. So let's take a look here. Let's see what's happening. Right now we are at 3x dilution, and I'm at 100, or actually 40. I'm at a 40 magnification, so 4x. That already might be a little test date there. So I'm gonna just get through this quickly. Again, we're looking at sifted worm castings, same as everyone else. Probably, not probably, just over sifted, if you ask me. Again, purely my opinion of myself and my microscope. This looks like a fungal hyphae. Let's take a look at that. I just jumped over to 100. I'm going to get through this quickly just because I don't know if I'm going to find a lot of life in here. And I will load up. And just to be fair, I usually, after I do my first initial, I'll run 2 or 3 slides just for the benefit of the doubt. Again, Mimi's out of Georgia, and I've been a fan of them. I've followed them online, and I've been a fan of a lot of these people just because they have amazing knowledge, and this is how I learned to build my worm farm. Learning off of YouTube University here. So I'm just looking for life. We've got organic matter. That's again expected. What did I just see? That looks kind of cool. Let's take a look at that. I'm looking at that, whatever that is. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull that up. Oh, there it is. So 2 spores, and I caught that. Cool. Right there. Or I don't know, 2 spores, 1 spore with spores splitting. If they even do that, they sporulate. Here's aggregate. You got aggregation. This is all soil building. You see the bacteria jittering in the background, as always. I always say that. There's another fungal hyphae. Good sign. Another spore. Another spore. So right off the bat, I'm seeing a lot of spores and hyphae. So far, in every field of view, I've had a hyphae strand, which is good. Um, I'm gonna stay at 400 and just keep moving. Bacteria's there. I'm not seeing yet any of the big life. There's fulvic acid. The lighter brown again being fulvic, darker brown being humic. There's a shard, piece of sand, maybe even a mineral. Let's put the lights on this real quick to see what glows. These little potentially phosphate crystals shining. All a good thing. All a very good thing. Like phosphate. Who doesn't? I don't think the obvious glowing. So I'm gonna back this up. And we got a beautiful piece of microplastic, as always, but that is everywhere. Everywhere. Oh, turn the lights back on. Go back to 100. Get that back in focus, and let's keep moving. Let's see, I'm still looking for life. I'm looking for the predators. I'm looking for. I don't expect to find nematodes. Very rarely do I find nematodes. Very rarely do I find nematodes in castings that are sifted. So finally, I think I've only found that once. I forgot what sample that was. There's a test date right there. Always a good sign. As a predator. What is this? I want to go into that. That's got life. Looks like it's got a double cell wall, maybe. Probably an insisted test date amoebae. Or, well, maybe. Or a spore of some sort. Whatever it is, if I had to guess, I would say that that has life. And then there's red. That red there, usually when red glows, I've learned that could be chlorophyll. Um, again, I'm learning. I'm not by any means a professional microscopist, but I could definitely tell you that I look at a lot of soil. That is just what I do. And I am always learning and studying and part of the regenerative soil world and the soil food web world. Let's see what else. I'm at 400 here. So, okay. I mean, okay, when you compare it to everything that we've been looking at here, I like the fungal activity in this, but I'd like to see more predators. I'd like to see, as always, I'm like a broken record at this point. I'd like to see less sifting. I bet you anything. I would love to have a pure sample of these castings, just unsifted, or even listen, even a quarter inch. How do you say? I mean, I don't know what they sift to here, but it really takes the life out of everything. I have a video I still need to post. I took a couple twigs out of my castings, and that sample looked better than almost all of these castings, minus the mineral content, obviously. But look at this, just in this field of view here: fungal, spores, spore. So that's what I'm talking about. At least you're getting that. You got enough bacteria with the bacteria and a good charge. Maybe a good compost tea, you'll get those predators, to complement what you want to get going here. But I want to do one more thing. I want to back this up to 100. And again, we're looking at aggregation, small little aggregates everywhere. But I want to turn the lights on here and the fluorescent lights, and I just kind of want to cruise this way, see what I can find. But yeah, look at that. That's phosphorus crystal shining. I love it. Love it, love it. All right, Mimi. Well, I'd love to see some of your unsifted stuff because, again, that's that piece of microplastic which is unfortunately inevitable. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna call this. Let's see if what we find here. Uh, another piece of plastic. This is Look at that. That's cool. That might even be a piece of a root, maybe. I don't know. Let's go in a little closer. Um, what? Look at that. Definitely plant matter of some sort. I don't know if that's a root. I don't think I wouldn't call that a root, but I don't know. I don't know enough of this yet as far as these. I think this could be anything, but it's definitely organic. I'm gonna say it's definitely a piece of plant matter of some sort, and potentially a root. Yeah, potentially a root, and that would be phosphorus. They're glowing ultra bright. So cool. Dig it. So I'm talking about. Let's get some organic matter in here. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. Wow, it's just a piece of aggregate, man. Watch. Just put the. Isn't that something? So the darker stuff. That's a good gradient there from like biochar to humic and then fulvic. But that definitely looks so much more interesting right here. You see the life in that. There's another piece. You notice this here? Yeah, that might be pieces of root. Cool. I dig it. Looks like they're feeding. You could tell. You could see what worms are being fed here. Which is really cool. All right. Well, I'd love to see some of these again castings that are not as sifted. Give me a quarter, sift down to a quarter, so you can look at what you got going on. Look at that fungal spore. Let me jump into that. I just like spores. So that there might be some type of Tinomycete, maybe false fungi, definitely filamentous. Looks like it's got bacteria in it, which is a good thing. That means it's eating bacteria, and it's most likely saprophytic, decomposer. All right, I keep saying this, but I keep finding stuff. There you go. That's another test date right there. There's another spore. Spores everywhere. Spores everywhere. Probably being fed a lot of organic matter, a lot of wood chips. I mean, not wood chips, leaves. You can tell. I have a couple worm bins, and I feed them differently, and you can tell from the castings. Kind of tell. I can at this point because I know what I'm feeding them. I know what bins I'm digging into. Another spore. Go Mimi. I got it. So I'll jot a little note down in my book there that if I'm looking for fungal dominant castings, I would definitely go here. Because again, everywhere I look, I mean, in this field of view here alone, spore. I mean, they're just everywhere. I see hyphae everywhere. Look at here in this field of view, I see three here. Hyphae, there, there, maybe there if I zoomed in. There's a spore right down here, actually. So right underneath this hyphae, that looks like another spore there where the hand is at. I dig it. I'm good with it. The predators, they'll come. You're gonna have to reintroduce. But in this case, I would put this in my garden bed. The humic and fulvic acids are solid. Look at that. I don't know if this is the one from earlier, but that is cool. That's at this. If I had to guess, this is gonna be a spore with. Well, that's got bacteria in it. I see bacteria moving inside of that. Either that or it's above it, which I doubt. Either way, it's a good thing. Here, let's put the lights on it. If it's a little phosphorus crystal next to it. Yeah, that's got some kind of organic matter or life to it. Something. Usually microbes they're transparent. So when I put these FP fluorescent lighting on it, they'll glow. I mean, not glow what they eat. If it's it's got anything that the reacts to lighting, it'll glow, which looks cool. But for the most part, when I hit that light on microbes, they disappear. Look at this again. Spores, spores. Yep. I'll tell my guy Rick over there to put this in his bin. Very good. All right, that's what I learned today. Happy to say it too because I'm a fan out there. I'm a fan of Mimi's Worms, and I think she's connected with Jane with Rockin' Worms, and between those two, they can really teach you something on how to raise your worm farm. And Jane out there, she's Rockin' Worms. Her name is Jane, I think. She's got some protocols, man, that are something that she validated for me because I would practice these things and was unsure until I started seeing people doing. I seen her do it, especially the way she dehydrates. What? I would love to look at her castings. Anyway, cool. Mimi's Worms. Let me put this back up real quick. Good job, and get it, man. I love it. Keep it low. I mean, she's in Georgia. You guys are in Georgia, but it's still local enough to me out here in Florida. Keep it pushing. I dig it.